Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Barry, that Goat Metal Show with the weekly recap. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm gonna go past all the pleasantries. Please, we got a lot to go through. So let's start it off over here. All right. On October 11th, Ian Watkins, previously of Lost Prophets, was confirmed dead by Wakefield Prison. He was killed by a fellow inmate during his 35-year stint after being convicted of a slew of heinous sexual offenses, according to The Sun. It was an ambush. The Sun reports Watkins had his jugular slit during an ambush, subsequently dying from blood loss. His killer is known to Wakefield Prison and authorities. Apparently, The Sun was able to get a description of the events from an inmate who says that the murder of Ian Watkins was done in the most brutal way possible, and the attack was shocking, even by prison standards. The source continued to explain that he was targeted by other inmate who shanked him in the neck. Well, listen. I know we're on this thing now where, people are going to go and say, hey, hey, he's dead. And look, before you go try to compare people's outrage and gratification about somebody dying, yeah, this guy was doing some serious heinous shit with kids. All right. It was well documented. He admitted to it. There's videos, there's evidence, there's all sorts of stuff before you go anything crazy about saying, oh my God, this fucking guy, oh, you're celebrating his death. No, don't do that. Don't do that. This guy's a piece of shit, okay? And whatever level of hell he's going to, I'm sure that he'll be glad to get that pineapple up his ass. Now we're getting into the realms of everything's been talking about. Fucking this guy, Andrew Lee from Ripped to Shreds, who to me, honestly, he's getting way too much hype for his band, especially for him and his band, who's very mediocre anyway. I mean, we'll just say it like that, because I'm sure that's what a lot of people are thinking. Basically, he's getting, blasted for the master controversy, which rightfully so. I mean, look, there's a whole bunch of people who's going to have their opinion on this, about the bands that who share stages with what bands, okay? And, from the thing that's been going on with this guy and him putting out all this stuff about racism and this and that and the other, I come on, man. I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stop everybody from playing with it just because you're gonna feel like they're a sketchy band or they're a Nazi band or they're a racist band and they're this type of band and you're gonna condone everybody? Come on, man. You're not the fucking, sketchy band police. And I think that's what it is. I think that's why even people who might agree with him are probably looking at him like, yo, you're looking at this as some type of push. And honestly, he's getting more push than probably his band ever thought they'd get. I'm sure you fucking Google Ripped to Shreds. Now he might be fucking nominated for a fucking Grammy. And that's my thing with it. I mean, so look, man, it's already getting overplayed. And Master already went, and to me, the statement Master put out, they pretty much shelled him because it's like you're contradicting yourself. You were begging to be on the tour, and then all of a sudden you condone shit, and now you're calling people out. You can't be fucking trusted, and that's just the way it's gonna be. So I mean, unfortunately, again, this band is getting more rep than they should, But I'm sure he's gonna keep trying to take advantage of this little 15 minutes, get some more exposure for his for his band, who, again, mediocre at best, but now they'll be up there and, jump over some other bands who are a little better just because, he wanted to cause a little controversy. All right, now we're going to go into the realm of Disturbed. All right, the mayor of Belgium reportedly cancels Disturbed show over singer David Draymond's stance on the Gaza conflict. Disturbed's David Draymond has been vocal in his support of Israel, and it now appears to be hurting his band's bottom line. The mayor of Belgium has reportedly pulled the plug on scheduled performance by metal outfit Disturbed in response to singer David Draymond's stance on the conflict in Gaza. Draymond has been vocal in support for Israel and the IDF, so much so that he even signed an IDF bombs with Fuck Hamas during a visit to Israel last year. Now, the scheduled performance at Forest National in the wider Brussels area of Belgium on Wednesday, October 15th, appears to have been pulled after Mayor Charles Spappins issued police order banning the gig. Now, that's crazy. I never thought I would hear that from Belgium. To me, Belgium was I mean, I don't know the politics in Belgium. Belgium, I guess, got their own thing going on or whatever. And if I guess the mayor is, going with, with this. I can understand, there could be a back and forth backlash to it, I guess, I mean, I'm not sure if there's a big Muslim population in Belgium that he's trying to protect, and maybe that's what it is. Because when it comes to politicians, they always try to look at their bottom line, and who knows? It could be maybe he just doesn't like the ban. But yeah, you don't really hear stuff like this coming out of Belgium that much. To me, Belgium has always been a place where a lot of bands, even controversial bands, played with no issue, and I guess they were going after Disturbed. Because he's vocal about Israel, and there you go. But okay. Belgium, man, what's going on, man? That was one of my countries that I wanted to go to, but yeah, hopefully maybe Disturbed will get a chance to play back there to some of their fans, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so this is some news that I guess we all kind of saw was going to happen. I guess they made it official. And I'm sad to say it. One of my favorite doom metal, well, not my favorite doom metal band, My Dying Bride. That's it. It's they finally released a statement stating about Aaron is no longer in the band. English doom metal legends My Dying Bride have confirmed they officially parted ways with longtime vocalist Aaron Stanthrope. The news follows less than a year after the band brought in Swallow the Sun's Mikito Katmaki to take the microphone for the 2025 tour dates and scrap the remaining 2024 shows. On Thursday, the band issued a statement. My Dying Bride have decided to part ways with vocalist Aaron Stanthrope. Please understand that this decision does not come lightly. Hence our initial and painful silence while we gather our thoughts and carefully considered our response to the disintegrated, eerily abandoned state we suddenly found ourselves in. Our collective decision to move forward without him is not something we thought we would ever be forced to say, but to assure a continued legacy for what we hold dear to our hearts. We simply have to move past this. While this change can be difficult, we are doing our best to bring this new chapter forward with powerful positivity. My Dying Bride are not a hiatus. We have never been on hiatus. However, we do generally wish Aaron all the luck in the world in his new solo endeavors, which, everybody knows he's been doing stuff with High Parasite. I think he already did a couple of albums, which I still have to pick up. And it's pretty cool. I know they got members of Paradise Lost in there. And it's actually pretty cool. But I guess the writing's on the wall. So I guess when they do release a new album, we'll see how it sounds. Again, I'm more of an old school guy. I appreciate Aaron's vocals. He's always going to be My Dying Bride, just like we always feel like Bruce Dickinson is Maiden. And, we all have these vocalists that we just feel are the band. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes from there. And hopefully things go okay with both band, with Aaron and My Dying Bride. We'll see what happens. All right, now we go into the realms of Kiss. All right, Gene Simmons on Tuesday, October 8th. He briefly lost consciousness while driving along California's Pacific Coast Highway. The 76-year-old bassist Lincoln navigator then veered onto oncoming traffic and traveled across several lanes before hitting a parked car. Simmons' wife, Shannon Tweed, said that it was dehydration that caused the incident, as the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer reportedly hates to drink water. Oh. Medical professional rushed to Simmons to a nearby hospital where he was discharged the same day. Hours later, the Rock and Roll All Night singer assured fans he was on the road to recovery. He said, "Thanks to everybody for the kind wishes. I'm completely fine." Simmons wrote on X, "I had a slight fender bender. It happens, especially to those of us, or to those horrible drivers. And that's me, all is well." So yeah, he's okay. I mean, 76 years old. Drink your water, Gene. We don't need, to find out that you're just, you get into a fucking bad accident because you don't want to drink some water. I mean, come on. Go with it, man. Go with it. All right, I hope he's doing well. All right, I guess we're going to go into some metal bochiche. All right, I'm sure everybody's been aware of what's been going on as far as the new take. Unfortunately, when it comes to YouTube and a lot of channels and platforms and everybody in between, there's always going to be some stems of some type of nitpicking and drama that goes around. But, the thing that went on, unfortunately, we got involved as well with Metal Mickey. He went and he said those stupid things about Melanie Loves Death Metal. And to my man JC, You know, he mentioned him afterwards, and you know, I was getting some heat in the comment section for a couple of people saying that, oh, you know, he's not targeting women. He also mentioned the guy. I guess it's okay as long as long as he could bully a guy, it's okay. You know, that was the thing that kind of got me with that. So on the flip, I think it's called On the Flip Side with JC. That's the name of his channel. He has a vinyl channel, which is basically all, you know, discusses all sorts of vinyls, his collection and so on. He has about 65,000 subscribers. So when, you know, that part is, I was telling one of the guys in the comments, I said, you know, it's kind of messed up. You know, he was trying to defend Mickey, saying that he wasn't going after Melanie, but he had a whole 6-minute tirade, just basically dissing Melanie, and he had a minute and a half with JC, but actually showed JC's video on his rant. And I reached out to JC. I even subbed to his channel. I think he's a really, really cool guy, sweet guy. Goes up there. He's very pleasant, happy, wants to show off, you know, talk about vinyls and records and stuff like that. Nothing out of the ordinary. And, you know, and I guess his positivity is the reason why he got 65,000 subscribers or so. But, you know, I guess with Mickey, he has an issue with that, I guess. But, you know, well, it doesn't matter. You know, there's going to be some people nitpicking in there, going into the comments. You know, there was a troll account that I'm sure Mickey made, and I'll say it. I know it was him, you know, and they're going to get called out for it. I mean, look, you know, people say, oh, but, you know, women and equality. I say, hey, look, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel all women should have equality. But when there's a bullying, when you're a bully, you know, you're trying to go after people who are weaker. And, you know, all the years that I've been doing law enforcement and stuff like that, that was one thing I never dealt with, is deal with, you know, I've dealt with so many fucking bullies, and you could see it. You could see when somebody's a bully, okay? And then they try to double down on why they fucking come out and they act the way they do. And then you got people who try to defend that. No, fuck that. That's not happening. No, okay? So that's going to be that part of the metal bochiche you're going to get. I'm sure you're going to hear from all sorts of sides. We had a couple of YouTubers who made some comments about it. And if it keeps going, then so be it, you know. But we're not going to let that shit fly. You know, him going after Melanie, or even now, my buddy JC, man. He's a good guy. You know, you went and you called him a clown for what? All right? That fucking Metal Mickey is just some weird old geezer who doesn't, you know, he wants to just, you know, keep complaining, sit in his lawn chair and say, get off my lawn. That's pretty much where he's heading. But, you know, whatever. Now for the pick of the week. All right? If everybody's seen the documentary Into the Void. So I know I've mentioned Into the Void, and me and my wife were watching it, and we actually got hooked on one of these bands, and I made it my business to try to look for some music for, you know, I would go on eBay and go to different outlets to see if I could find them. You know, of course, you know, especially when you're trying to buy original formats, it could be pretty expensive. So I found one, and it's Hellion. All right. So Postcards from the Asylum. All right, this is a 4-song EP that they put out. And, you know, unfortunately, I think they only put out 2 full lengths during their whole career. According to that, they're still active. And, yeah, you know, I was very happy to pick this up, man. I got it I bought it off somebody on eBay for $12. And I'm thrilled, man. Great fucking band, man. The music is on point. Traditional, great fucking heavy metal. Can't go wrong. And if you get a chance, look at Into the Void and see their story. It was really, really good, man. Very, very good. And you should see that Goat Metal show tonight. We're going to be on with Lord Necron. See how it goes from there.